Hello, today we'll take a look at a very interesting verse. It's Proverbs 18:18. It says, "The cast lot puts an end to strife and decides between the mighty ones." I found this very interesting that this is upheld as a form of conflict resolution, the casting of lots, which was like rolling dice, which might seem random, but yet at the same time, it acknowledges the sovereignty of God. I have a few other thoughts to share on it as well, but to start with is this idea that God is sovereign over everything, even what might seem insignificant, in order to make an important decision. And we see that from Acts chapter 1, where it says in verse 24, "And they prayed and said, 'You, Lord, who know the hearts of all men, show which one of these two you have chosen to occupy this ministry and apostleship from which Judas turned aside to go his own place.' And they drew lots for them, and the lot fell to Matthias, and he was added to the 11 apostles." So again, this apostleship was granted based on the drawing of lots. And importantly, as we see here from prayer as well, that it wasn't just them relying on the drawing of lots or the rolling of dice, it was joined with prayer. And so going back to this Proverb 18:18, again, I find it interesting when it talks about strife and putting an end to strife, that cast lots can do that. And there's a lot of acknowledgement here. There's also a lot of humility. There's the acknowledgement that God is sovereign over everything. There's humility of two sides being in conflict with each other, offering up the sovereignty of the moment to God and allowing Him to make that decision through that. But beyond that, there was another thought I had. Yes, the Lord is sovereign in all things, even as it were, again, the idea of throwing dice. But there's something greater that can be lost here when two ends or two sides don't come to a point of resolution. It's that they can both destroy each other, that two sides in conflict can both lose. Both sides can't win, but at the same time, both sides can lose through a prolonged conflict with one another, whether it's a relationship, a war, whatever it might be. Two sides who are unwilling to negotiate and compromise to some degree can lose everything, and there can be no winner in that situation. So even if a result was random, which I don't believe anything is, but even if they say, okay, in order to preserve ourselves, to give up our control over the situation, we rely upon the Lord. That's ultimately the decision you want to come to, and the reliance you have and the faith in the moment. That's better than two sides fighting with each other until both are defeated in the matter. So again, I found this verse interesting and a little food for thought moving forward as you look at this proverb. Take care.